I'm sorry to tell you, but you actually do not have a brand until you start making sales. So you may be at 0 sales right now, but we're gonna get you to start making your first 5 to 10 sales. And when I think about sales, honestly, I think about distribution, all right? Distributing your product around the world. But before we can actually get into distribution, we gotta take it back one step. So for us, we have a brand, and of course we sell product, but everybody's selling product. You're watching this video right now because you either starting a brand, you either have a brand, or you scaling a brand. So we all selling product. But what actually makes us different is gonna be our story. It's gonna be our why. It's gonna be what we're actually doing with our brand, all right? So when we first got started, we was doing things like going to the schools, meeting up with the boys and girls clubs, actually putting out content where we were inspiring them to think about what they wanted to be when they grew up. And we created content around that, and we got them to say, you know, what their name was, what they wanted to be, and say that they wanted to trust in their vision. The reason why we also added the trust in your vision, because that's our tagline, so now it made it personal to our brand. So now we was taking the why and what we wanted to do out in the physical world and wrapping that around our brand and our product. And that's the same thing that you're gonna have to do. So you're gonna have to figure out what makes you different, how do you stand out, what's your story, what makes you unique, and you're gonna have to figure out what impact can you actually make with your brand. And we talk about this all the time. Like, yes, you're selling product and you're making money, but what intangible or what tangible impact does your brand make besides actually making money? For us, we have this YouTube channel, so you watching this and we probably either inspiring you to start your brand or giving you gems to continue to scale your brand up. That's our why. The mission for our brand is that we want to provide original designs and branded fashion apparel to urban youth who feel stagnant and trapped by what their environment tells them what they can and cannot do. In this YouTube channel, these videos, that workshop, that mentorship program is how we actually do it. You could come on here and you could watch all the free videos that you want, but the why behind what we do is still gonna always stay the same, and it's not gonna ever change, all right? So I want you to challenge yourself to think about what your why is and what's gonna make your brand different. All right, now let's jump back into distribution. Now that you have identified what's gonna make you different, you can go out in the market and create that community for yourself, all right? So now that we knew what our why was, now it's time for us to actually go out and sell product. It was time for us to go out and, you know, do different types of pop-up shops. It was time for us to go out and do different type of collaborations. And let's talk about some of these things, because like pop-up shops are so underutilized because it's like the easiest way for you to actually go out and get sales and go, you know, make some money for your brand. It's also a way where you're now meeting the people that's buying your product. You're actually getting feedback. They're getting to tell you what designs they do like, what designs they don't like. You're getting to see what designs are selling better than others, and you're able to actually get that feedback and apply it. All right, the second thing is you're gonna be able to get a lot of data when you're going out and you're doing these different pop-up shops. So now when you go out and do that pop-up shop again, you can always remarket back to those same people, all right? Another way we distributed our product was through collaborations. And through collaborating, we took other audiences or other well-established brands, and we put our brand next to that, so that way we can, you know, ultimately grow that community and get that established, you know, brand presence. So us doing a collaboration with Louisiana Tech University and being on their website also elevates our brand and how people look at our brand. And so that's the same thing that you're gonna have to do for yourself. And then last, distributing through online. Like, if you don't have a website, you are living in the dinosaur age. And if you are selling product, you're not in position to make sales 24/7. So when we was doing those pop-up shops, what we quickly realized is that, you know, once the pop-up over, you're not making any more money. So what we wanted to do was also take those people that we was meeting at the pop-up shops and also convert them to online shoppers. So now even when we're not doing a pop-up shop in these different cities or different locations, we now can still remarket back to those people and they can still buy from us. So I just talked about, you know, what distribution is, and how I want you to think about that on a larger scale is think about like companies like Nike and Adidas. With the same, you know, stuff that we just talked about, Nike is selling thousands of products online on their website. Nike is collaborating with thousands of influencers and different brands. Like, you know, so that's how they're able to distribute so much product. That's how they're able to make so much money. And then even with the pop-up shops, they may not do pop-up shops, but they're putting their product in thousands and thousands of stores. Like every shoe store you walk in, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna see a Nike product. So they're figuring out ways to distribute their product without even them physically themselves distributing their product, and that's the mindset that you have to have when you're looking to truly grow your brand. All right, really want to touch back on, growing your digital presence, because like once you build that in-person distribution, to really scale your brand, you're gonna have to take it online. All right, and when we took our brand online, what we realized was that the personal feel, the meeting us at the pop-up shop, the energy that we was able to give to the customers, they weren't able to get that online. And almost where our story or our message could get distorted. So when we first got started, we made it, a duty to make sure that we had a well-written story on our website. Literally, if you go on our website right now and scroll, you're gonna see like a story from when we were inside of our HQ building at the Enterprise Center, literally converting from being inside of our college apartment to being inside this Enterprise Center to, really just the story up until we graduated college. So we really need to go ahead and update that story. So whoever watching this and helping us out with updating stories, we need to update the story. But after we updated the story, we realized that we needed to have a vision statement, is what we called it. And that's what I told you guys earlier, is that we provide original designs and branded fashion and apparel to urban youth who feel stagnant or trapped. Now when everybody comes to our website, or everybody that even works for us, they must know the vision statement or mission statement, as you may know it. You must know that, because that's what your brand stand on. So now when people come into your website, they can know what your brand stand on by literally reading your mission statement, all right? Next, what we did was we recently found out about a new company called Alia. All right, and what Alia allows you to do is, allows you to put these different pop-ups on your website, and now you can actually get your customers to engage with your digital website with more questions, whether it's like, what is the slogan for World and Vision? And then it may give you some options, and then you're able to click those options, and if the customer gets it right, then they're awarded a discount to purchase from your site. And what I really like about that is that ultimately, gets you to interact with your customers while they're browsing through and while they're scrolling through, and they're getting to learn more about your company while they're actually purchasing. Something that I just thought about that I would use it for is even breaking it down to maybe seeing what's their favorite designs or what they want to see next. So you can utilize this at the end of your checkout, and you can put like, what items do you want to see from us next, and allow your customers as they purchase and check out to see what do they want to see next from you. Because the last thing I'm going to tell you about it is really, ultimately, the data is important. So, adding something like this to your website allows you to now start getting data, because if more people want pants than they want tank tops, then you should be producing pants, and that's so important to your business, because you don't have, cash to waste. You don't have time to waste. You need to be making decisions based off the information that you're getting. And sometimes a lot of us, when we getting our brand started or we running our brand, we just basing decisions off of what we think, or, it's just like we're not really making decisions based off of the information that's being provided to us, whether that's through our Shopify or through different type of attachments like Alia that we use to extract the same data from our customers. So you need to utilize platforms and services like Alia to set up on your website, so that way you can extract this data, so that way you can make the best decisions possible, all right? Because trust me, we lost hundreds of thousands of dollars not making the right decisions, and us not making the right decisions, when we really think about it, it was just based of us not looking at the numbers or making decisions based off of the data more of what we thought was the best thing. So if I could tell you anything right now, make sure you looking at the data. Make sure you downloading and getting Alia, because that's going to be extremely important to getting that data, all right? Make sure you understanding what distribution is and how can you distribute product, and not only about distributing, because before you could distribute product, you need to have a why, a strong why, and not only having a why, but actually going out there and putting that why in the world. All right, I just gave you the tools that you need to go out and collect data. I wish that we had tools like Alia when we first got started, because we would have had hundreds and thousands of emails. We were literally producing products, selling online, doing pop-up shops, and we wasn't collecting data. Data is gonna be one of the most important things that's inside of your business. It's gonna keep you from not making sales, and data gonna allow you to be able to make those hundreds and thousands and 10,000, hundreds of thousands of dollars inside of your business. Because if you are only able to market to somebody one time and make that sale, well, you may not make a lot of money. But if you have that same person and they're able to purchase from you 3 to 4 times a year, 5 times a year, now you're gonna raise the lifelong value of that customer. And instead of them spending, $20, $10, $40 with you over one period of time, now they're spending hundreds of dollars with you, $500 with you over the extended period of time. And now you're making more money per customer, what is allowing your business to grow.